So, welcome to my channel. So, this channel is all about studies that are related to dental subjects. So, I have chosen Scalp as one of my first topic because it is a very easy topic. So, I would like you to have a little bit of interest, and maybe there are some students out there जिनके लिए ये topic एकदम नया है. So, yes, let's start with Scalp. So, first thing that we need to know is what are we going to learn in Scalp? जब भी आपको 10 मार्क का क्वेश्चन आता है, so it is never like what is Scalp? Answer for 10 marks. ऐसा कभी नहीं होता. So that question will have parts. So उसमें से जो भी parts होते हैं, that will be layer, extension, blood supply, venous drainage, nerve supply, or let's say applied anatomy. So ये सारे basic parts है जो कि scalp को cover करते हैं, ठीक है? And they'll cover scalp. So today I am going to cover all these parts for you. It will be, my video will be in a very simple language so that everybody can understand. I will try and cut short and present it to you in a way कि आप इसको as it is learn कर सको. Maybe you can learn it with me while I'm teaching you. ठीक है? क्योंकि जब I was in my BDS days, तो मैं ऐसे ही पढ़ती थी. Anatomy, it is all about learning with the diagrams, with the pictures. क्योंकि anatomy इतना vast है कि it is not easy for anybody to learn it like अच्छा ये ऐसे वैसे ऐसे नहीं कर सकते, so you have to learn it according to the headings. So every topic, कितना भी बड़ा टॉपिक क्यों ना हो, it will have headings कि हाँ, when we talk about scalp, ये headings है, and we have to learn in those headings. One thing very important, whenever you are attempting to learn anatomy, always remember diagrams, always and always, because that is the most easiest way कि आप किसी चीज को याद रख सकते हो. ठीक है? So even I will try to explain you in terms of diagrams, and whenever you write an answers on your answer sheet, always and always make diagrams, make colorful diagrams, because that is they give you marks on the basis of those diagrams. Okay, so let's start. I'll explain it to you while we are on the video. So let's begin. Okay, so the first topic that I'm going to cover is the layer of the scalp. So when we talk about layer of the scalp, what is the most important thing? See, here I've written scalp. Layer of the scalp, remember करने के लिए, you have to remember scalp only as a mnemonic. So how does scalp counts to be a mnemonic? See, you have S, you have C, you have A, you have L, you have P. So हर जो letter है, they will resemble to something. So S stands for what? Skin. Then you have C. C stands for what? Connective tissue. Then you have A. A stands for aponeurosis. So this layer, aponeurosis, is also called as Galea aponeurotica. Yes. Okay. So A stands for aponeurosis and also known as Galea aponeurotica. Then you have L. L stands for loose areolar tissue. And then P stands for pericranium. So learn with me. What are the layers of the scalp? We remember it by a mnemonic called as scalp. S-C-A-L-P. S stands for, come on, yes, skin. C stands for connective tissue. A stands for aponeurosis or known as Galea aponeurotica. Yes. So L stands for loose areolar tissue and P stands for pericranium. So remember, you have to make this diagram. This is also given in your anatomy book. Okay. So this diagram you have to make, and you have to make layers. Okay. And then you label them. Write that you have to remember this scalp as a mnemonic. Name all those layers. It will be maximum for 2 marks in that entire 10 mark question. I'm sure you'll get 2 out of 2. Okay. So let's move on. Okay. So what are the extension of scalp? So when we talk about extensions, you have to always remember extends anteriorly till where, posteriorly till where, and on the sides till where. Okay. So in that you make this diagram. You make a head like this. You make eyes. You make ears. Okay. And then ये जो आँख के ऊपर होता है ear, yeah, see, this is your supraorbital margin. ठीक है. So anteriorly your scalp extends till supraorbital margin. Okay. And posteriorly, yes. So posteriorly you have external occipital protuberance here, and you also have a superior nuchal line. ठीक है. So it extends till external occipital protuberance and superior nuchal line. Okay, and on both the sides you have temporal lines, or it also extends till zygomatic arch for that matter. Zygomatic arch. So how do you remember it now? So you're gonna make this diagram. You are gonna make this eyes. You're gonna make ears, and then you have to show the extension. Yes, fine. Okay, ears supposed to be here. Okay, so eyes. So anteriorly it extends till. Come on, repeat with me. What is the extension anteriorly? Supraorbital margin. Yes, posteriorly extends till external occipital protuberance and superior nuchal line. Yes, and on the sides you have temporal lines, and you also have zygomatic arch. Okay, next topic. So our next heading is blood supply. So blood supply is one of the most important topics. आप कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हो, let it be scalp, let it be parotid, let it be any of the glands, okay, let it be your nose, everything has a specific blood supply and you need to remember those blood supplies. ठीक है, blood supply याद करने का सबसे आसान तरीका ये होता है कि you have to remember, okay, for example, see your head. When we talk about supply of your head, so it is mainly by carotids. Okay, so you have something called as common carotid here that divides into two branches. So one is your external carotid artery and one is your internal carotid artery. ठीक है, ये somewhere around thyroid ये divide होता है into I'll tell you, common carotid artery divides into external carotid artery and you divides into internal carotid artery. See, so that is sure, right? कि जो भी हमारा face है, it will be supplied either by external carotid, और जो हमारा scalp है, it will be supplied by external or internal. So mainly क्या होता है? Internal carotid artery, it goes behind and it usually supplies the posterior part of your face and the skull. And जो हमारा external carotid artery होता है, that mainly supplies the front part, the face part, and also the preauricular part of your scalp. Yes, तो जब हम blood supply of scalp पढ़ते हैं, it is, see, this is your ear. Okay, so you have preauricular and postauricular. So everything here is in terms of two divisions, preauricular and postauricular. So preauricular you have supratrochlear, supraorbital. ये ऐसे जाता है, देखो supratrochlear, supraorbital यहाँ से, ठीक है. So supratrochlear and supraorbital, ठीक है. And then you have superficial temporal. This is your superficial temporal. This is your temporal region. So this is superficial temporal. Then you have posterior auricular. See here, the yellow one. Yes, the posterior auricular, and the green one is your occipital, right? So remember, we have 5 arteries that supply to the scalp: supratrochlear, supraorbital, superficial temporal, posterior auricular, and occipital. Now, a very important thing जो हमें याद रखना है is that these three, supratrochlear, supraorbital, and superficial temporal, they are a branch of external carotid artery, and posterior auricular and occipital is a branch of internal carotid artery, right? Yes. So now you will remember one more thing. You have to remember कि ये we are talking about one half. 1 minute, sorry. Yeah, we are talking about one half of the skull. Similar, जो ऐसा है वो इस तरफ भी है. But there is no anastomosis between these two branches. ठीक है? So you have to remember that there is no anastomos in scalp. Anastomosis का मतलब होता है यूनियन ऑफ टू ब्रांचेस. ठीक है, ओके. सो अभी वेनस ड्रेनेज की बात करते हैं. तो वेनस ड्रेनेज इज ऑल्सो, जो हमारे वेन्स है, दे हैव literally the similar names in the scalp. It is the most easiest to remember scalp, इसलिए मैंने अपना first video scalp बनाया. See, you again have supratrochlear, supraorbital, you have superficial temporal, posterior auricular, and occipital. ठीक है. So I hope थोड़ा मैंने आसान बनाने की कोशिश की है, सो आई रिपीट इट अगेन. सी यू हैव कॉमन कैरोटिड आर्टरी जिसके दो ब्रांचेस होते हैं, एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी, इंटरनल कैरोटिड आर्टरी. सो ये जो हमारा एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी है, ठीक है, ये मेनली फेस और प्री ऑरिकुलर पार्ट ऑफ द स्कैल्प को सप्लाई करता है. एंड जो हमारा इंटरनल कैरोटिड आर्टरी है वो हमारे पोस्टीरियर पार्ट को सप्लाई करता है. सो प्री ऑरिकुलर पार्ट में वी हैव 3 branches: supratrochlear, supraorbital, and superficial temporal. And postauricular part में we have posterior auricular and occipital. ठीक है, and similar names are there for venous drainage as well. So I hope जब आप इसे अपने क्वेश्चन पेपर में आंसर कर रहे होगे, you will make a very beautiful diagram. ठीक है, all your diagrams are there in your BD Chaurasya. Seriously, ठीक है, almost वही सारे diagrams होता है जो I'll get it to you here. ये डायग्राम्स अच्छे से बनाना है, एक्सप्लेन करना है. अगर तुम ये सब भी लिख दोगे, देयर आर 3 ब्रांचेस ऑफ एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी एंड 2 ऑफ इंटरनल कैरोटिड आर्टरी फॉर अ फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट, great. So let's move on. Next is your nerve supply. So very important thing you have to remember is कि nerve supply जो scalp में होता है, there are 10 nerves. ठीक है, 10 nerves होते हैं. Again, this is your ऑरिकल. ठीक है, सो ये जो पूरा पार्ट हुआ प्री ऑरिकुलर और ये जो पूरा पार्ट हुआ पोस्ट ऑरिकुलर. सो दिस इज योर प्री ऑरिकुलर, दिस इज योर पोस्ट ऑरिकुलर. यस, एंड बोथ पार्ट्स में देयर आर 5 नर्व्स ईच. सो इसमें से वी हैव टू रिमेंबर दैट देयर आर 4 सेंसरी एंड 1 मोटर ब्रांच. ठीक है, नीचे भी सिमिलरली सेम है, 4 sensory and 1 motor branch. So what are these branches? See, in your preauricular region, sensory, you have supraorbital, supratrochlear. They are a branch of frontal division of ophthalmic division of trigeminal. Okay, so it is a long way. When you'll have to learn later on कि कौन से nerves and nerve के branches, उसके branches. So we'll start from basic. So this is your supraorbital, this is a supratrochlear, then you have zygomaticotemporal, okay, then you have auriculotemporal. And what is motor branch? It is temporal branch of facial nerve. Next is postauricular region. So you have sensory, great auricular, lesser occipital, great occipital, and third occipital. So great auricular, lesser occipital, greater occipital, third occipital, and the motor branches are posterior auricular branch of facial nerve. ठीक है, very easy. 10 nerves, 5 in preauricular, 5 in postauricular, 5 में 4 sensory, 1 motor. Similarly, 4 sensory, 1 motor in postauricular also. So what are these sensory? Name them. Yes, come on. Supraorbital, supratrochlear. ये दोनों तो blood supply में भी था. So we can remember like that. Okay, supratrochlear, supraorbital. Then you have to remember, okay, zygomaticotemporal. So something has, वहाँ पे superficial temporal था, यहाँ पे zygomaticotemporal है. ठीक है, something कुछ relatable, connectable, so that you will remember. Then auriculotemporal. ठीक है, auricular temporal जो होता है, it will also come in parotid. ठीक है, you will remember like that. Next is post auricular. You will have to remember, yeah, great auricular, lesser occipital, greater occipital, and third occipital. So see, 3 occipital है, एक greater है, एक lesser है, एक third है. ठीक है, one is auricular, auricular is great, so great auricular, yeah, something you have to make to remember. And then you have posterior auricular branch. Fine. So next is applied anatomy. So what is an applied anatomy? You have to remember here. See, black eye. First is your black eye, and this we are talking about dangerous area of scalp. Okay, these are 2 very important applied anatomy questions that you can answer, and you will get good marks. तो ब्लैक आई में क्या होता है? सी यू सी हियर, दिस इज योर ब्लैक आई. सो ये क्या होता है और क्यों होता है? सी इट इज बिकॉज कि देयर इज अ कलेक्शन ऑफ ब्लड इन द सब एपोन्यूरोटिक टिश्यू. ये जो सब एपोन्यूरोटिक टिश्यू होता है ना, दिस इज योर डेंजरस एरिया. ठीक है, यहाँ पे कोई भी अगर इन्फेक्शन होता है लाइक पास और एनीथिंग, सो ये मिजरी वेन्स के थ्रू इट कैन गो इनटू योर साइनसेस. ठीक है, it will travel through your sinus and it will create even bigger problems. That's why dangerous area of scalp, it is called as loose eponeurotic tissue, and it is a very important thing that you should know. अभी क्या होता है कि कई बार there is a collection of blood in the subeponeurotic space, ठीक है? तो क्या होगा, there will be a swelling. That swelling will be entirely spread in that layer, and that will start to gravitate downwards. जैसे this is your scalp and there is swelling, ठीक है? So it will gravitate downwards, and क्या होता है, in this frontal area there is no bony attachment. So this blood, it will go down directly to your eyelids. Even eyelids don't have any bony, attachments. So this comes out to be as black eye. It will turn into red. So we call it as black eye. Okay? Yeah. So applied anatomy, you have to remember black eye and dangerous area. Dangerous area is loose subeponeurotic tissue. Okay? Any infection in this dangerous area can travel to your sinuses because they have emissory veins. And when we talk about black eye, we have to remember that collection of blood in the subeponeurotic tissue will cause a swelling. That swelling, it will gravitate downwards, and since your frontal area doesn't have any bony attachment, it will go into the eyelids and appear as black eye, right? Yes. So I think that is enough in scalp. Yes. So thank you so much. Thank you. And since this was my first video, you can show immense love. Please like, subscribe, click on that bell icon. Yes, if you want to hear about my next videos also. Share as much as you can with your friends, with your students, and help me. I'll help you. So for the next time, take care. Bye.